Missouri's film industry is booming. The Missouri Film Office announced 54 productions qualified for the state's film incentive, spending more than $40.7 million in the Show Me State in 2025. Notable productions include several Christmas movies, new seasons of docuseries like A&E's Ozark Law, and Apple TV's hit comedy Ted Lasso, which filmed an episode in Kansas City. The Motion Media Production Tax Credit Program authorized nearly $15.7 million in incentives for the projects, including feature films, TV series, and commercials.
The tax credits, what it does is incentivize the bigger companies to come in, or the investors to come in with money and say, hey, I want to set up shop here, and actually build the infrastructure of studios, of having the gear closets, of having the highly trained individuals that want to live and work in this area.
The Film Office says this in-state spending supported hundreds of Missouri vendors and small businesses and employed more than 2,100 Missouri residents in cast and crew positions.